At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Slade's the place for you!
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good evening, softball fans, and welcome back. If you were with us for the previous game, if you weren't, welcome to the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex here in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. I'm Ben Gislason, joined by Blake Walker. Great to have you with us here tonight as the Sigourney Savages will duel the Remsen St. Mary's Hawks. The question tonight, will perfect remain perfect in the Hawks, who have not lost a single game this season? The Savages hoping to end that run of the Hawks here tonight. Wonderful to have you with us right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And Blake, I'm going to appeal to you a lot tonight for insight into these teams. help the old hockey guy out here, but it's great to be with you tonight. We did this a couple of times last year. Great to be back in the booth with you. What do you know about this matchup, and what are you expecting tonight?
I know we got a Gatorade Player of the Year in the circle, and only one Gatorade Player of the Year award is given out to one softball player every year. It just so happens to go to a 1A player, and that's Carly Goodwin. She has been phenomenal this year. The senior, 21 wins, 148 innings pitched, a 0.33 ERA. She doesn't really give up a ton, so she's going to be one to watch in the circle tonight for Sigourney. And also, they've played through the gauntlet. It took 2 walk-off hits to get here to the state tournament, so they have figured things out. They've had their back up against the wall. That's going to be fun to watch. They defeated Wapello to get here off a walk-off. A 1.11 team ERA. That's 4th in 1A, and then obviously Carly Goodwin, not just good in the circle, but also good in the box. And then Remsen St. Mary's defeated New Alfonda to get here, a team that's been very common here at the state tournament. A 0.72 team ERA. That's 2nd in 1A. And like you said, they are the only undefeated team left in the state. Maya Bunkers, that Bunkers last name has been so synonymous with Remsen St. Mary's football, basketball, just all throughout. But watch out for Marina Cronin. I think she's going to be a sneaky one here. 0.90 ERA, 127 Ks. That's not even half of what Carly Goodwin's been able to fan, but she kind of relies on her defense. And watch for the infield play by Remsen St. Mary's tonight.
Should be a great matchup tonight. We're looking forward to it in a big way. We're going to take a brief break and come back with the introductions and the starters. And we'll get you set for the opening pitch here. The nightcap from Fort Dodge. Remsen St. Mary's taking on Sigourney next.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Softball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
Number 15, Tibble McCully. Number 17, Kinsley Walker. Number 18, Addison Richardson. Number 20, Jason Dupuis. Number 21, Madison Clarahan. Number 22, Sadie Clarahan. Number 23, Devin Smallwood. Number 24, Carmelita Cave. Number 26, Kia Montgomery. The assistant coaches Cole Striegel and Roxy Striegel. Now let's get the starters for the images. Leading up, the junior, playing second base, number 27, Ava Fish. Batting second, a junior, the shortstop, number 10, Danny Aller. Batting third, a senior, the pitcher, number 1, Carly Goodwin. Batting fourth, a junior, the catcher, number 9, Josephine Moore. Batting fifth, a senior, the first baseman, number 6, Aaron Dawson. Batting sixth, a senior, the center fielder, number 11, Amaya Smallwood. Batting seventh, a senior, the left fielder, number 19, Ava Federer. Batting eighth, an 8th grader, third baseman, number 25, Ella Brunn. Batting ninth, a sophomore, the DP, number 8, Addie, veteran. And the flex player, an 8th grader playing right field, number 5, Bryn Clarahan. Head coach for Sigourney is Shelley Striegel. Now let's get the non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team on the board, the Hawks. Number 5, Leah Matkin. Number 9, Kimberly Cronin. Number 12, Faith Kelly. Number 14, Sophia Harpana. Number 15, Lana Younger. Number 20, Hayden Henniger. Number 23, Brianna Sheehan. Number 25, Josie Schwickerat. Number 35, Allie Nucky. The assistant coaches, Ann Cole Nelson and Jeremy Bunker. Now let's meet the starters for Remsen St. Mary's. Leading off, center fielder number 16, Claire Schroeder. Batting second, senior the catcher, number 3, Maya Bunker. Batting third, senior the right fielder, number 24, Hallie Gallant. Batting fourth, a senior the pitcher, number 7, Marina Cronin. Batting fifth, a senior the third baseman, number 11, Carmody Ricky. Batting sixth, a senior the first baseman, number 21, Octavia Gallant. Batting seventh, the freshman, the shortstop, number 2, Hallie Bunker. Batting eighth, the sophomore, the left fielder, number 26, Grace Gallant. Batting ninth, the 8th grader, the DP, number 10, Brielle George. And the flex player, a junior, playing second base, number 8, Tessa Henniger. Head coach for the Hawks, Monty Harpana. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce our umpires for tonight's game. At first base, Greg Bucker. At third base, Jeff Osborne. And calling balls and strikes, Jordan Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for state tournament softball.
The roar of the crowd to open our nightcap edition here of state softball. It's a beautiful evening so far. We're hearing some rumors there could be some thunderstorms on the way, and as we all know, in central Iowa, storms can get here quickly, but we got our fingers crossed. Yes. We're going to sneak this one in. We hope it'll be a spectacle. Ben Gislason, Blake Walker, the Girls Union Network here providing all of the coverage here for the opening rounds. 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A here tonight, but don't be fooled. We talked about it in the open with Carly Goodwin. Just because they're small schools doesn't mean they don't pack a big punch.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. I mean, the Savages have just been very talented this year, and just kind of looking at their schedule and whatnot, they played 30 games. Remsen's only played 23. Sigourney, you can tell that Coach Striegel clearly knows that she had a good team on her hands because they went out and scheduled some tough opponents in the regular season. I look at North Polk, Newton, Cardinal, Southeast Polk, Solon. I mean, tough teams for a 1A school, let alone to go after it. You see that with Martinsdale, St. Mary's, Southeast Warren, Wayne, try that. Remsen just hasn't done that. They've only played one team that's been here at the state tournament this year, and that's West Monona. They did win that game, but, you know, things play different here at the state tournament.
Marina Cronin, who was here last year with the Hawks, 17-0. Not surprised to see a blemish-free record with the team with a blemish-free record. The senior, 138 strikeouts, .84 ERA. So to your point, Blake, a Remsen St. Mary's team that the question I have is if they get put into a difficult situation, have they faced that adversity yet this season? Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. We're about to find out.
Closest game, just based off scores, you'd have to go back to July 3rd against Spirit Lake, a 5-4 game, and a 7-5 game against Galen Catholic back on May 28th. Other than that, besides Noah Fonda as well, 2-0, it's been smooth sailing for the Hawks.
Here we go, the opening pitch, the champions of Region 1, Remsen St. Mary's, the champions of Region 8, Sigourney. And we're underway, the opening batter of the evening, Ava Fish, the junior second baseman, looking to ignite the Savages here in the opening inning. That one slapped to third, and it gets under Carmindi Ricky's glove, and that's one way to grab an opening base hit. blast it down the line, maybe get a little luck, and now the Savages have a runner on first. Their leadoff hitter has made it to bag one.
So right now, it's a quick turnaround. The field had to be watered down. I would not be surprised if a little bit more water was put down. That ball did not bounce, and Carmody Ricky really didn't have a good job off the bounce there. And again, Remsen doesn't strike out a lot of players. They use the infield. Tough to have an error early.
Next batter, this one goes towards third, and second time, the charm for Ricky, who was ready for that little bloop, and that retires Danny Aller.
And then that time you couldn't ask for a better what happens next, because now Ricky gets that chance. She can calm herself down. Yes, you still have a runner on first, but at least you're able to contribute and get an out here or to start.
Well, just what the Savages are hoping for, a runner on, and Carly Goodwin, who can beat you in a million different ways at the plate or in the circle. We'll see her first in the batter's box as she watches a breaking ball come in for an opening ball.
.495 hitter, 45 hits this year, 39 RBIs, 6 home runs. It's just phenomenal. She's only struck out 3 times all year. You expect that when you're a pitcher at the bat.
The 1-0 to the deadly Goodwin. That one with some zip on it. No surprise to see Cronin gingerly pitching at Goodwin.
Well, and, yes, she's one of the top hitters, but, there's also others down this lineup. Josephine Moore, the junior, is also very talented. We'll see her in just a few minutes. Carly's not the first of your issues.
This one Goodwin thought about, took a healthy hack at it, fouls it off the backstop for the opening strike in her state tournament debut today.
Talked about it so much. A lot of foul balls here at the state tournament are late, so they always come back either in the net or whatnot. It's rare that you see ones go early. It's just out trying to keep up with the velocity and the pitch, and Cronin seems like one of those that can really move the ball.
That one moves low and inside. Nicely framed, caught by Maya Bunkers there, the senior catcher, the field general, as catchers always have to be.
Got that runner on first. Goodwin knows a sacrifice of any sort, but doesn't feel like she's the bunting type here.
The 3-1, a hitter's count. And Goodwin watches that one go, and now just like that, the Savages have 2 runners on and just 1 out. And to your point, partner, Goodwin is dangerous, so is Josephine Moore as the cleanup hitters at the plate.
Yeah, this has kind of been a surprise this year for the Savages. A .413 hitter, but 10 home runs is what you look at. That's more than half of what the team's total is, 18 this year for the Savages. 37 RBIs, 38 hits.
Moore watches an opening fastball snap into the leather behind the plate.
And I tell you what, if that wasn't the first pitch, that probably would have been the pitch to hit, but obviously trying to settle in here. Cronin gave her a meatball right down the middle.
A 1 count. That one on the outside misses the corner for a 1-1 count.
It's amazing you can really see it behind here where we're at. Bunkers will frame all night long, and so will the other side. It's just it's a common goal. A lot of umpires here at the state tournament don't fall for the frame, but it's just kind of in the DNA.
Bunkers lauded by her head coach, Monty Harpenow, not only on the defensive side of the ball, but can really do it all for this team. Has had some clutch hit throughout her career, now a senior, and oh, by the way, volleyball, basketball, and track.
Yeah. Remsen St. Mary's, you have to play every sport.
Yes.
That's kind of how it goes, and it just so happens that they're all good at it.
Grounder to third. Tagging at third is Ricky, and a double play ball Taylor made, and so after an early error by Ricky, some recompense and a double play, and just like that, the inning is over, though it wasn't so easy for Remsen St. Mary's as we head to the bottom of 1. The Hawks will head to the plate next here in Fort Dodge.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Headed to the bottom of the first here between Remsen St. Mary's and Sigourney. And a reminder to level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. Back here in Fort Dodge, a little trouble early, but some good defensive work at third by Carmindi Ricky. Marina Cronin gets out of a jam, and now the Hawks will head to the plate. We're going to talk a lot tonight, Blake, about that woman right there and Carly Goodwin, the senior standout Gatorade Player of the Year here in 2024. And as much as we talked about her at-bat prowess, rarefied air, you might say, for her. Over 1,000 career strikeouts, 331 of those coming this season, by the way. Just stupendous numbers, obviously, for someone with so many accolades.
It just flashes off the page. You look at her stats, and it's just unbelievable. Every single night this year, I think she averaged almost 14 strikeouts a game, which is just insane numbers. The UNI Panthers are going to get a huge, huge commit.
Took the words right out of my mouth on that one, partner. Indeed they are, headed north to play for UNI, but trying to bring some hardware with her here in the 1A quarterfinals.
And what a get for the Panthers, a team that continues to grow here in the Missouri Valley for softball and trying to put their name in the hat. I mean, Iowa college softball-wise, not really known for college softball, but could be UNI and Carly Goodwin to maybe get them on the map.
Opening batter of the night for Remsen St. Mary's is Claire Schroeder. And from where we were sitting, I didn't see that one, but boy, did I hear it. The pop of the leather there, Blake.
It's a fast one. Obviously, hard to track speed here, but the velocity is just insane. And her rise ball will be the biggest thing you got to watch for tonight if you're Remsen.
Already an 0-2 count and more strikeouts as the Savages will go around the horn. So far, so good for Goodwin.
Yeah, you got to mark it down somewhere on your piece of paper or somewhere you're at home. First strikeout down. That time it was just another rise ball, and you're going against a slap hitter, so you know she doesn't have much time to adjust. Carly was able to adjust for that.
Well, senior on senior now. Maya Bunkers, the catcher, will step into the batter's box, facing the fearsome Goodwin. There's that heat again. Bunkers way behind.
And this has been a matchup so many people have been waiting for. Remsen has two hitters over 600. A 663 hitter right here is Maya Bunkers. 45 hits this year, 36 RBIs. Just insane ability by Maya.
If anyone can handle Goodwin, it is Maya Bunkers. And she's got a 1-1 count.
6 triples also just kind of jumps off the page. That's got to be up there here in Class 1A.
Got some wheels as well to go along with the bat, does Bunkers, but she takes an inside strike from Goodwin. Again, going from game to game, the snap of the leather that we're hearing right now from Goodwin, haven't heard that all day.
Yeah, loudest it's been all day. Bunkers only struck out 3 times this year. Could be tough tonight.
And behind again, but when you're facing a pitcher like this, Blake, as much as you obviously need to hit the ball, taking her deep into counts, I'd imagine, might be part of the game plan as well.
Yeah, and, you can, obviously, pitch count doesn't matter in softball. You can pitch 300 pitches a night for all they care. It's just fatigue does matter, and Carly Goodwin, has kind of muscled herself to be able to go throughout these games. And if you're throwing so many strikeouts, you have to have the stamina up, and Carly, I don't think you have to worry about that tonight, but you never know.
Bunkers takes a high heater again from Goodwin. I'm looking forward to watching her pull the string on one of these.
Yeah, and the thing with Carly is if you see a ball go up or outside, some people are like, well, it just slipped off their hand. With that Carly, it's like, she probably meant to do that.
Here's the 2-2. Bunkers gets a good piece of this one, but under and out and left is Ava Finneran, and the senior left fielder puts Bunkers back to the dugout.
And it just works. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see if you're Carly Goodwin. You know that your outfield has got you figured out. They're going to be there for you just in case, and just worked out. Just a nice little blooper to left field.
2 up, 2 down. And now Goodwin will take on Hallie Gallus, the right fielder. Batting .544 this season, so there, as you pointed out, some great averages on this team. The question that I think will be the narrative all night, facing pitching like this, will those averages prove to stay what they have been all season?
Right, and Goodwin has to go back-to-back against both of them. So not easy for her by any means. Sometimes you can see and you've scouted a pitcher or scouted a batter and you know, okay, these are the weaknesses. These two right here, Gallus and Bunkers, they don't have many weaknesses. So this, it forces Goodwin to be on her game here tonight.
1-1 count to the senior, solid, versatile player in Gallus, according to her coach, Harpino.
"37 hits this year for Gallus, 5 home runs, 3 triples, 25 RBIs. Just trying to get on base here for Remsen St. Mary's, maybe spark something.
2-1 count. Goodwin loads and fires straight gas in a 2-2 count. Sigourney's third trip in the last 4 seasons. Goodwin's been a big part of those trips, but trying to make this her signature piece here in her senior year. 2-2, Goodwin, another hard rising fastball there, and that one goes off of Gallus's bat, and again, going to see a lot of foul balls, I think, for right-handed batters to our right.
And with Carly and this whole Sigourney team, all these seniors, they've been here. But everyone's going to say, where's your state championship? You got a state championship? That's one thing that a lot of people want. They want that ring to say, hey, I've done that, not just been here.
2-2 count. That one's down in the dirt. A little frustration there from Goodwin, tapping her sternum, saying that was on me.
She goes right back to the rosin bag. Haven't seen a ton of pitchers this week use the rosin bag, but Carly, one of those, always needs and really prefers that grip.
Full count to Gallus, 2 outs here in the bottom of 1. And boom, another blasting rise ball that sits down Gallus. Make it 2 strikeouts for the strikeout queen here in the opening inning, as we'll head to a break and come back with the second inning. And now Sigourney looks to bring the bats to life next.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Greetings again from Webster County here at the state softball tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Ben Gislason joined by Blake Walker. Treat to have all of you with us here tonight. Sigourney and Remsen St. Mary's completing the 1A quarterfinals, scoreless so far, as Aaron Dawson steps to the plate for the Savages here in the top of 2. And a foul ball back and out of play. That'll move the count to 0-2. A couple of teams here, Blake, that were here last season, both exited on this day a year ago. Wayne topping Remsen St. Mary's last year over at Rogers Park, right at the same field, Iowa Central Field, 8-2. Meanwhile, Sigourney fell to the eventual state champions in Northland. Northland not here this year, so Sigourney may be wondering, we can get past Remsen St. Mary's, maybe we got a shot, as the opening batter of the inning, and Dawson gets sat down on strikes.
Well, and I think each year teams try different stuff. Every year you learn from your mistakes, and you learn from what you've changed differently as a team, and how you go about the nights when you're not playing. I was at Dairy Queen last night. The entire Sigourney softball team was at Dairy Queen. It was a little slower experience, but just kind of enjoying the moment while you're here. You got to keep them relaxed, because if you just have them thinking about the game 24/7, they're in trouble. But last couple of years, Sigourney has learned. They got to have close, and they're going to be close here this year.
To the plate, Amaya Smallwood lays down a nice bunt down the first base line. Great fundamental softball there as Octavia Gallus comes down the line And help comes from Tessa Tenniger at second. Nicely done there. You talk about fundamental softball. You got to know what your spots are. We're going to see it again here. A great bunt, but even better defense.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams, that's a safe bunt. I mean, that's going to get you on. But for Remsen St. Mary's, a 9.70 fielding percentage here. So, I mean, they're up there in the state. So, something to keep an eye out for.
Left fielder Ava Finneran steps to the plate. And, Blake, to your point, you were talking about keeping everybody light as he can. There's that fine line between too loose and too focused.
Right.
One thing that jumped out to me watching the introductions, both of these teams, you saw a lot of smiles, people stepping out, waving when they got their name introduced. There's something to be said about enjoying the moment. And if you don't enjoy it enough, it's going to slip away one way or another.
And even if you win, say the team wins the first round and then they lose in the second round, if you took that win way too seriously, then you look back and you're like, did we really enjoy the experience? Yes. Unless you're coming here fully intent on trophy hunting and whatever, a lot of these girls just like being here and having fun. I'm sure they deep down wish it was during the school year so they could skip a little bit of school, but that's okay with them.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. I'd be thinking about that. Well, don't miss school, but enjoy the summer.
Chopper down the third base line, bobbled by Ricky, not in time. The bobble was too much. And good base path speed as well by Ava Finneran to get there, chugging her way down the line. And so Ricky's had a couple of rocky moments at third here to start the game, and now with 2 outs and a runner on first, after Finneran, it's Ella Bruns.
Well, at this point for Carmody Ricky, she's just kind of hoping the ball might go somewhere else. Every single ball has been hit to her. So, and it also means that, they're a little early. Sigourney's a little early on a couple of these hits. So once they kind of sit back, maybe that changes the line. But, yeah, a couple bad bounces here for Carmody Ricky.
Yeah, they call it the hot corner for a reason.
Yes.
They may not call it the hot corner when Carly Goodwin's pitching, at least to a righty with all the speed she's got. But, indeed, Ricky has been busy early in this game. Still a scoreless tilt so far here in the second. Savage's second time at the plate. Trying to move around Finneran from first with Bruns at the plate. Bruns hits one to second, fielded by Tenniger and thrown out at first. So a small blemish, but nothing on the board as Cronin cruises through another inning. That'll bring Goodwin back into the circle and the Hawks back to the plate here in the bottom of 2 in Fort Dodge.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Ladies, the place for you!
Remsen St. Mary faithful looking to cheer on their Hawks to a state tournament victory here today in Fort Dodge as we head to the bottom of 2. Due up for this Hawks team, the pitcher Marina Cronin, Carmindi Ricky, Octavia Gallus will face the flame-throwing Goodwin here in the second.
I don't know how none of those guys out in the outfield knew that camera was facing them. It literally rotates. Like it's fun. It's fun technology, but none of them noticed that camera was moving and pointed at them.
So dialed in on the game, they're not worried about anything but what's happening on the field.
Absolutely.
0-1 count to Cronin.
385 hitter, 34 RBIs. I always like when a pitcher comes up to bat because in hindsight, they're helping themselves, and they can help themselves. If you're struggling in the circle, pick it up in the bat.
That one comes in high and hard from Goodwin for an 0-2 count. Would love the chance, too, to sit down, especially with a pitcher like Goodwin who bats so well. How much does she employ her pitching knowledge when she's at the plate? What would I do here?
Right.
things that I would imagine they're thinking when they're in the batter's box compared to the circle.
The walks and strikeout numbers are usually down just because of that.
Boy, great eyes there from Cronin. A pitcher, no less, to watch that one just maybe brush the outside corner of the plate.
Well, you're figuring out the pitcher and you're figuring out the umpire. I mean, there's two things you got to kind of settle on. And once they get through one part of the batting order, things get interesting.
That one's fouled off. Home plate umpire here tonight in Jordan Hill.
And everybody, I mean, there's constant communication. We always see it. The girls are chatting with each other. They're not just telling each other good luck. They say, here's what I saw. Here's what I saw. Here's what a couple things that'll change at the plate. Once one full batting order goes through, then it kind of picks up. You're like, okay, now we're settling in, especially if it's a 0-0 game, because it's like, who took the best notes?
Goodwin has been almost exclusively ahead of hitters here in these 2 innings. Another one mowing them down as Goodwin has 3 strikeouts on 4 batters.
And it's all the rise ball. I mean, the rise ball is her go-to pitch to end with it. Remsen will catch up here eventually, but even when you do catch up, you still want to swing at it because it rises so late. That's how good it is.
Now Carmindi Ricky will step into the batter's box. Fabulous base path speed if she can get there.
350 hitter. Nobody wants to hit more tonight based off what's happened than her.
A way that you can help rally yourself a little bit. Works both ways. If you're not batting that well, do it in the field. If fielding hasn't maybe been your A game, do it with the bat.
21 hits this year, 19 RBIs. Knows how to get on the base paths.
Missing outside, Goodwin. Just astounding when you look at opponent batting average this season, 107. And then you look at some of the wins, you look at the schedule, and you just see zeros everywhere. I mean, everywhere on their record. There's that rise ball again. Boy, is it pesky.
Well, and a lot of people saw the bracket come out, and I'm sure a lot of people were confused. How is the only team in the state tournament a 3 seed, despite being undefeated? And it's just the schedule. Strength of schedule means a lot. Remsen St. Mary's just not the strongest schedule, but they'd like to put that to bed.
Straight gas and all gas on that flame-throwing pitch from Goodwin, who is just continuing to sit down batters on strikes, make it 4 of 5 here in this game, have been all Ks for number 1 in black and gold.
Got Gallus back up to bat here. Is this a sophomore or the senior?
This would be the senior.
Yeah, so this is the senior. Octavia Gallus, 265 hitter this year, 18 hits, most of which are singles. Kind of tells you she likes to bunt, keep it kind of down low, doesn't like to loft things up, but Goodwin looking for a quick little 1-2-3 here.
That one had a little English on it, and you could see just how far ahead Gallus was. And you have to be, because you're expecting the heat, and all of a sudden your weight goes forward and you panic.
That is the first time I've seen that pitch get somebody, and it's for good reason, like you just said, because everything's been coming in fast. It's like on the Wii when your friend will throw that ball and it will go in so slow and you're thinking it's going to fly. That's exactly what it looked like.
As a Wii owner myself, I completely understand what you're talking about. And another strikeout. She's making it look like a video game today.
It is.
That is a 5th strikeout in 6 batters as the Savages will go back to the plate. Boy, oh boy, what a pitching performance from Carly Goodwin as we head to the 3rd.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
So far in the circle, a duel between Marina Cronin and Carly Goodwin right off the hop. An opening swing that is knocked to second by Addie Finneran. No trouble, though, for Tessa Tenninger. The second baseman retires Finneran, and an early out here for Cronin and Remsen St. Mary's. And Cronin just trying to hold serve right now, and has to be exciting for a pitcher, too, to know they're going toe-to-toe with one of the state's elite and saying, hey, I can bring some noise, too. That one's another active ball to second. Busy inning for Tenninger, and now 2 away quickly for Cronin.
Yeah, and these have been quick outs by Sigourney, so definitely something that I think they're going to have to start talking about in dugout. You got to hang in on a couple more at-bats. You got to give yourself a chance. You got to kind of make a couple people think and go longer in at-bats.
So that was Ava Fish who popped out. Now another 3 straight pitches, 3 straight balls, and 3 straight outs.
Wow.
A quick and cruising inning for Marina Cronin. Fastest inning I've seen today, and just like that, the Hawks bats will look to step in and drive some balls to the short grass next as we head rapidly to the bottom of the third.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Goose eggs on the scoreboard so far here between Remsen St. Mary's and Sigourney in the 1A quarterfinals. Headed to the bottom of 3. And don't forget, fans, official state tournament merch is now available. Get your smartphones out, scan the QR code on your screen, or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise and match your style.
Got a check here from the catcher to the first base coach, and sure enough, goes around. It's hard to check swing against Carly Goodwin because you really do want to swing.
Remsen St. Mary's fans did not like that. Loudest I've heard them all game so far. And in a scoreless game, both sections looking for something to cheer about here, aside from, of course, strikeouts for Sigourney.
Yeah.
By the way, the count is 0-2 again for Carly Goodwin. Just misses that outside corner. 1-2 to the hitter here in Hallie Bunkers.
And if I had to guess, I bet all those guys out there for Remsen St. Mary's, that might actually be their baseball team, who is currently in the state tournament in Carroll.
And currently more strikeouts as there goes the younger Bunkers. The freshman Hallie, shortstop, goes down swinging for a 6th strikeout in 7 batters. I don't think, and all we did was talk about her in the pregame. I think you undersold her, Blake.
It's just, the thing is, I think people really, when they say Gatorade Player of the Year, I mean, yes, it's per state. There is a Gatorade Player of the Year, but she won per state. There are a lot of girls that play Iowa high school softball, and I just got to say, usually that's a 4A, 5A, 3A kind of player award. This was given to a 1A player. Just shows you how good Carly is.
And she's having a good time out there. Got a great look behind the mask here in the circle, and she's smiling a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell we've talked about needing that comfortability and not being too invested really in the moment.
Right.
And it's this beautiful combination of fierce competitor but also relaxation, and that is a dangerous combo to deal with when you're facing her in the circle. And there goes another one.
Yeah, and that time Grace, she knew it, but she was just late on the rise ball, and the rise ball's just been the way to go. I think that's 7 tonight already. And like I said, she's averaging like 13 to 14 a game, so we're only halfway there.
And 4 straight Ks now. So, Remsen St. Mary's, if you're in that dugout, what do you think's getting said right now?
I think you just got to keep fighting and fight for long at-bats. Right now, at this point, you're just looking for contact. You want to start getting the bat on the ball and maybe go for a couple fouls because it's not likely Carly will start slipping. So as long as you can start sending the ball opposite directions, foul it, I mean, that can get to a pitcher a little bit.
That last strikeout, 3 straight pitches. Not only successful, but economical as well. And there's another strike.
Yeah, and another check swing that, I mean, she goes all the way around. There's not really much she can do.
Brielle Shorg at the plate here, the 8th grader.
Just her 6th start of the year and 13th game played, so has not played most of the season for the Hawks.
Put into quite a pressure cooker moment here, tries to lay down a bunt. That one snaps off her bat backwards.
Yeah, that one's good. I think that's what you might need to start doing, because there was no indication she was going to bunt at all, and she just goes for it. And if she didn't round it just down, I mean, that could have been down, and at least to get runners going. Because the only ones that have lifted it was, I'm pretty sure Maya Bunkers was the only one that gave that ride to left field. So
correct, fly out to left.
Yeah.
1-2 count. Another one. 5 straight strikeouts, 7 of 8 Ks, as the batters keep stepping up and they keep sitting down for the Gatorade Softball Player of the Year in Carly Goodwin. And they'll head to the plate now, will the Savages, when we come back here in Fort Dodge. What a show Carly Goodwin's putting on here at the state tournament.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Top of 4 here in Fort Dodge, Sigourney and Remsen St. Mary's. And Carly Goodwin, who has been wowing the crowd with her pitching. She's at the plate now, just fouled one into her fan section and got a rousing round of applause for that. I've never seen someone cheer for a foul ball fight like that. By the way
it looked, that might have been her parents, just the way she reacted and whatnot. But fun little another pitcher and pitcher duel right here.
That one's hammered foul, and now she's down 0-2. She walked her first at bat back in the first, and that's never been my strong point, Blake. I should mention it's 6 straight strikeouts and 8 of 9 batters.
Yeah, so, I mean, really starting to get there. Another thing that's
numbers.
It's gone unnoticed. Watch Cronin here. I'm sure you picked up on it. She does a little dance before every single pitch.
I hadn't. I just saw it right there.
I love it.
Grounder to short. Fielded by Bunkers and Goodwin. First time things haven't gone her way tonight as she grounds out to short, and Cronin says, I can pitch too.
Yeah, she just has that little, shimmy as she gets ready to pitch, and it kind of reminds me of, free throw shooters. They'll kind of shake down a little bit, but just kind of something to get herself calmed down. And yeah, I mean, both pitchers are just pitching great. No hitters so far.
Josephine Moore now trying to put a blemish in that no-hit night. That one was lasered off the fence foul. Quick feet there down the line by Shelly Striegel to get out of the way of that rope.
We got like 4 3-camera guys standing up on scaffolding or a lift. There's a lot of people here. Got to watch out for the foul balls.
The nightcap games frequently have a little bit of that, right, where you've got some teams that have finished, you've got some families and student sections that have finished. They don't want their night to end quite yet, so they all sort of filter over to the final game of the night, which is this one here, the 1A quarterfinals here at the state softball tournament. Remsen St. Mary's as well as Sigourney battling it out here, powered by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Cronin's trying to paint the corners just a little bit. That second to last pitch was a really good breaking ball. It just kind of died off. Trying to do a little bit of what Carly Goodwin was doing, and Cronin has pitched herself a whale of a game.
No hits on either side yet.
Jammed her.
And there won't be one there as Cronin has her second strikeout of the night, and this inning cruising along as well.
I tell you what, if the rain is going to come, I'm sure some people would at least appreciate the wind that comes with it. It has got so humid in the last 30 minutes. It's really picked up here.
So now the first baseman, Aaron Dawson, will try to find her way to at least first.
Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to get a runner on. There's just been nothing so far. 307 hitter this year is Dawson.
Second only to Goodwin in singles with 23 this season. Goodwin with 24. Dawson well ahead on that pitch from Cronin, and it feels a bit like a fire and ice type matchup. Yeah. Goodwin, heat, speed, that rise ball that's been fooling everybody. And Cronin's got a little junk she's throwing in there, and both are working right now.
Yeah, and for both, it's either who extinguishes the flame or who puts fire to the ice. I mean, it's literally just who cracks first for both these two pitchers.
That one was nasty, and it just missed the corner.
Just missed.
That was moving all over the place.
Yeah, it did. You know it's a good pitch when the batter turns her head around and looks at it as it goes in.
So a 2-1. The senior first baseman, Aaron Dawson. That one had some oomph behind it from Cronin. Missed on the outside. Hitters counted 3-1 for 6 in black and gold.
Big chance here to get on base. 2 outs, but at this point, you don't care about the outs. You just want to get on base.
No hits in this game. Spare base runners. Dawson down the line. Knocked down nicely at first by Octavia Gallus. And that's not the functional way to get it out, but I think the old adage is all outs count the same.
Absolutely.
Great job from Gallus at first to knock the ball down and then tag one, and we're still looking for a hit as we head to the bottom of 4 here in Fort Dodge.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Into the bottom of 4 here on the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy Company. Ben Gislason, Blake Walker, and the question on all of our minds: who will blink first, Marina Cronin or Carly Goodwin? As Goodwin's back in the circle here in the bottom of 4, Remsen St. Mary's trying to do something to dash even a sliver of confidence away from a pitcher who's just oozing it right now.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple. Just nobody can hit. I mean, we haven't seen anyone on. A couple errors by Remsen, but that's it. I mean, just no offense in sight.
Claire Schroeder's at the plate, takes a second strike, and ahead again is Goodwin here 0-2.
And, you know, it's created a game that we're just flying through. I mean, just pitcher's duel. We had that 3 pitches, 3 outs just a little bit ago. Very fast, upbeat softball.
7 straight strikeouts for Goodwin as she just keeps on rolling.
I believe that's 8, or that might be, is that 9?
9 total strikeouts.
9 total strikeouts. So
goodness me. So Schroeder's second strikeout of the day. Bunkers has had the best day at the plate of anybody in blue and white as she manages to hit a ball into the air. That one's going to be a foul to first base, and there's Dawson to get it. progress, I suppose, is the way you'd look at it if you're Remsen St. Mary's.
It was good to be able to roam over. Coach gave her space to work. And, but like you said, progress is seeing the ball fly in the air.
So at that, Hallie Gallus will come in. Another one of the victims tonight of Goodwin. And there's the heat again. 0-1 count to the over 500 batting Hallie Gallus. It hasn't mattered who it's been.
No, it has not. Carly's just been dialed in here. No answer for the Hawks.
That one hit hard to short, and you can see the frustration in Gallus. That one was hit on a line, but right at Danny Aller. And so for Remsen St. Mary's, they'll go back to the drawing board. They'll go back into the field. But, as we'll discuss when we come back, maybe some progress for the Hawks as we head to the top of 5. Still a scoreless game.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central's students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. In the circle has been the place to be tonight. Marina Cronin as well as Carly Goodwin, gems all around. And Cronin gets ahead on Aliyah Smallwood here to open the top of the 5th inning. And Blake, let's just talk briefly about the Hawks and their last at-bats. When you're facing a pitcher of this caliber, it's probably not going to be an all-of-a-sudden turnaround as Cronin fields a grounder from Smallwood and grabs her first out of the inning. It's going to be a nibble, something here and there. I can only imagine when you get back to the dugout there, Coach Harpenau saying, hey, let's go get this inning done. Let's get back to the plate because we may have a little something going now because you finally hit one hard.
Yeah, and in some ways you don't want to think about what's next because if you get a girl on base, then you don't want your other girls thinking, well, we haven't been able to do anything and we just now got one on base. So it's going to come. The floodgates will open. It's just a matter of time.
Chopped grounder to short. Therefore, it is Bunkers roped to first. And
I can tell you what, those floodgates are very strong right now, and they don't show any sign of opening. Both defenses just playing phenomenal. Both pitchers are playing phenomenal.
Finneran, who beat out a throw from third earlier in the night, so we've seen her ability to gallop down the base path. Not that time. Nice throw from Hallie Bunkers, the freshman short. Another first pitch swing. This one goes to third, and another quick inning for Marina Cronin, who's had a few of these, a 4-pitch inning. And now Remsen St. Mary's will try to capitalize on just a glimpse of momentum here as we head to the bottom of 5. Still, no score.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Margins are thin here in Fort Dodge between Sigourney and Remsen St. Mary's. Beautiful pitching on both sides. In each dugout here tonight, Carly Goodwin, who just keeps mowing down batters, is well on her way to another one. But Blake Walker, if you had to pick an edge, and it's hard to pick in a scoreless game with no hits, maybe it's Remsen St. Mary's. To your point, they're using more with their at-bats.
Yeah, and it's like you and I talked about there during the break.
As Cronin gets one into the air. Good job by the catcher, Josephine Moore, to shield that bat as Dawson came sprinting in to grab that pop-up. And so Goodwin, call it the old-fashioned way, not striking somebody out, grabbing an out. Hasn't been many of those this night, but she has her first out of the inning with a pop-out foul.
Yeah, just a couple longer at-bats is really what I'm noticing. 3 up, 3 down innings for Sigourney. And Remsen has done the same thing. It's just longer at-bats. Sigourney's just swinging at the first pitch, good pitch they see, not kind of holding back and waiting on a couple things.
Goodwin now with 9 strikeouts. Bunt down the line. Bobbled briefly and just getting there in time. Great stick-to-itiveness by Dawson. And again, as we talked about with Remsen St. Mary's a couple of innings ago, nice coverage this time by the second baseman, Ava Fish.
Yeah, and you need those type of plays because you don't just want to get stagnant. You got to keep yourself on your toes. Your right fielder and your center fielder have not even seen the ball come near them tonight. So, you'd like to see, keep them on their toes and move.
So here in the 5th, Cronin has gone down. Ricky has gone down. And now it is Octavia Gallus who struck out back in the 2nd. That one with a little off speed, bobbled it short, and that'll be a base runner finally for Remsen St. Mary's. That will not be a blemish in the night as far as a hit goes. That'll be an error at short on Danny Aller. And now we'll see what Goodwin does with a runner on first.
It's amazing because now that is 3 times tonight. There are still statistically, no hits tonight. It is all errors. Perfect game now gone for Carly Goodwin. I know some people, definitely the crowd, you can tell, was thinking about that. But we'll see what they can do here. It's not much.
That's not it. As Dawson, who's had a busy inning, retires the final batter of inning 5 in Hallie Bunkers. And so a brief look at something for the Hawks, but they'll have to wait as we will head to the 6th. And it's the Savages' turn at the plate to try to find something here in this scoreless night.
Ladies, the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Got back a little late from break there. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. A ground ball to first base as the cruise control continues for Marina Cronin. And again, Blake Walker, first pitch, first swing, first out.
Yeah, take a look at the replay. I mean, it looks good. They just can't quite get there. It'll be rewarding if they have a first pitch swing and it's a hit, but right now, just nothing.
It was Addie Finneran who grounded out. That'll bring up the top of the order and Ava Fish, who popped out to second. Her last at bat in the 3rd. Takes a opening pitch ball, which is a step in the right direction for the leadoff hitter. Whoa. Don't see that every day.
I have never seen that.
Rain hasn't even gotten here yet.
Yeah. I have never seen that. It's 2 balls and no strikes, obviously. I'm not kidding.
And she caught it. That's the craziest part.
I've been calling softball now for 7 years. I've never seen that.
They say you see something new every day.
Seriously.
That was it.
Wow.
And so now if you're Cronin, do you just laugh it off, or does
she was.
That's the question
she was
I
laughing
had.
it off.
And that's the approach you got to take.
I mean, it's humid. It is.
It's getting sticky back here.
And the sweat's starting to get on the ball. She doesn't use rosin, so and you could tell. I mean, it's affecting her. She's starting to slip a little bit. We were wondering, who would slip first. This might not even be fatigue. It's getting hot, and it's just sticky, and the rain is starting to move in here shortly, so plenty of factors.
So Cronin now a 3-1 count. Sigourney hasn't taken many counts deep in this game. This is one of them, as now it's a full count.
I was going to say, this is the first time tonight we've seen a full count for either side.
And Ava Fish, the leadoff hitter for this Sigourney team, batting .384 on the year. Could this be the moment that Sigourney needs to start a rally here in the 6th? That one's hit hard. Will it get there in time? It gets past the right fielder, and Hallie Gallus rolling around first, and now to third on her way with a 3-2 count triple from Ava Fish. And just like that, the Savages are 1 base away from a lead in the 6th.
Oh, man. It just took one. It just took one, and that is the worst possible spot that ball could go. And a triple on the board for Sigourney, of all things, for Ava Fish.
That's a Channel Seeds extra base hit. And crazy how in a game where you were just looking for a single, the first hit of the night is a triple coming in the 6th inning.
And it was right there, and it was such a good effort play by Hallie Gallus, but just out of her fingertips. Would have been a hero if it went, but just underneath her glove, and I'm not kidding. It went all the way to the corner down the field line. I was almost thinking they were going to go. If Fish was a little bit faster, I think it would have been an inside the park home run. And in a game like this, how is it hard not to send your runner? Because you're like, we might not get this chance.
Might not get her in.
A very smart job by Striegel to hold.
1 out, so a sacrifice is an option here for Shelly Striegel. And the Savages, the opening pitch there to Danny Aller is a bunt foul for an 0-1 count.
And the thing is here for Cronin, she knows that a bunt is coming here, so throw a little bit harder because you can get a bunt that goes in the air and you eliminate a chance to bring that runner home.
Top of 6. Danger brewing for Remsen St. Mary's. Sounds like she heard you, Blake, after calling for some hot stuff from behind the plate. That one came in high and hard.
Which I don't remember a ton, but I don't think we've seen a loose ball here. You can't have this ball go to the backstop. That almost guarantees the run.
1-1. That one just missing high. Showing bunt. There was Danny Aller, and now it's a 2-1 count. Like the flick of a switch, danger has shown up on the front door of Remsen St. Mary's here with the runner on third and 1 out. Aller at the plate for the Savages. Here's the pitch. Looking for the bunt, a beautiful pitch.
Went for it, and she
Cronin.
knew it too. Yeah, a beautiful pitch by Cronin, kind of a curve that got her going. Coach Striegel saying, calm down, you're good. But now the bunt's out of the question. You just got to hit it. I'm also kind of surprised that they're not backing up a little bit.
You want to hold that runner with 1 out. If anything goes on the ground here into the Hawks infield. 2-2 count, 1 out.
Right back up the middle. It's wide open.
Aller gets a piece.
Seen so many times here at the state tournament, those dead-on balls are the ones that go right up the middle, and the center fielder has to come up to get it. And Remsen has kind of split the middle of the field here. They're hoping for something left to right, but if something goes down the middle, it's easy.
Count still 2-2. Intensity rising by the pitch. Here it comes. Strike 3. High and inside. A momentous moment for Marina Cronin, who signals 2 outs, and a big 2 outs at that.
And she didn't even show any emotion. I mean, she got it done. She knew what was up, able to get the big hit. And I think the reason we didn't see a ton of emotion is because of who's up to bat.
Now can Carly Goodwin.
Talk about helping yourself in the circle. This would help yourself in the circle.
Can she play hero in the batter's box? Goodwin looked to hit that one out of the park and got just a piece of it. She was ahead of it.
Yeah, just a little late on it. I don't think we've seen many, maybe one or two early fouls tonight. It's been all late, like we talked about.
It's rare in the sport of softball when you can look individually at one person to win a game. This is maybe one of those situations. With Goodwin at the plate, 2 outs, runner on third. Goodwin hits one up the middle, and that's going to bring in Fish. And Carly Goodwin, what can she do? A go-ahead RBI single here in the 6th, and the Savages have the first lead of the game.
Cronin's easiest pitch we've seen all night, and it just hung. It just hung right over the plate, and of all batters, you just couldn't do it against Carly. Take a look at the replay. This thing just hangs. I mean, it's just kind of a nice blooper that drops in. You like that for hitting, you don't like that for pitching, and Cronin just makes one mistake. It's her first of the night, and it cost him the run.
In a game where every millimeter matters, so slim of a margin for error, you called it. One mistake and the wrong person at the plate. Sigourney has a lead. Josephine Moore at the plate. She can deal damage.
I was going to say,
we've seen such little damage tonight, but she can bring it, and maybe there's a wave that can be rode here by these Savages of Sigourney.
I'm sure Carly would like more runs on the board for her pitching sake.
Cronin trying to end this inning. It'll just take one more out to do it. Two-one count here to Josephine Moore.
Goodwin, not one you really have to worry about for stealing bases.
Locked in over at first. Moore hits one out to right, racing in for it. It's not caught, bobbled by Gallus. And there is still life and a scream of delight from Josephine Moore. And he can't help but feel for Hallie Gallus here in this inning.
Just another tough ball, and sometimes you wonder, why me? Why is it me getting all the tough ones? And Gallus, that time, there's not really much she can do. I mean, it just a really light blooper. Obviously, there's no wind, and it just was a perfect drop, and now runners at the corners here.
Yeah, the old basket catch, rarely seen, and that is what was needed, as that one just blooped its way in there. So Josephine Moore steps into the moment, gets a little help with some luck in right field, and now runners on the corners, and Cronin trying to stop the bleeding.
Carmelita Cave going to come out and run for Sigourney. Crazy stat I just saw for the Savages. They've attempted 47 stolen bases, successful 47 stolen bases. They have not failed to steal a base this year.
That substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Plenty of worry on the faces of the Remsen St. Mary's Hawks faithful here.
And it's just because you know what you have to face on the other side of this inning.
So a new batter, Moore, goes to second, pardon me.
I love that play by Bunkers. You knew you were going to give it up, and she just thought about it. I think it crossed her mind the last second. I'm not going to be able to make that throw anyway, and Carly Goodwin would have come home easily.
So Carmelita Cave goes to 2. Goodwin was not fooled by the pump at home by the wily senior in Maya Bunkers. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled off the backstop by Aaron Dawson.
What have you noticed, Ben? A little bit more, longer at-bats. Sigourney has adjusted here when it comes to that. It looks like time's going to be called here. I think they're trying to figure out who is on first base, or who is on second base for Sigourney. I think he's got it now, but they didn't. They wanted to figure out and make sure they knew who was on second base for Sigourney. That's Cave.
Nothing wrong with being thorough.
Nope. Notice how he has not gone to the circle to chat. He's leaving it up to Cronin and the girls in the infield to figure it out.
These are the horses that got you here.
Yep.
And they'll get you through it, if there is a way through it. That one
Good
high and
hold
away.
back.
My goodness, was it ever.
Boy, Aaron wanted to go. It looked good right out of the glove, but as it got closer, kind of swung outside. Nice job.
Well, Dawson knows exactly what Remsen St. Mary's knows. An extra insurance run here could very well be the difference with a pitcher like Goodwin on the mound. Here's the 1-2 count. Dawson up the middle. That's going to bring in one. Will it bring in two? Waved around third is Cave. And a single that brings in a pair of runs. It's a 3-0 lead for Sigourney here in the sixth.
Aaron Dawson, 17 RBIs on the year now. How about that? Just a perfect one right up the middle. Sigourney, it took time, and we just said which pitcher will crack first. Sigourney has just figured out the hitting side here. Take a look at the blooper, just right into center. Again, you talk about there's that gap there. It just nowhere near close for a chance at home, and Sigourney with a commanding 3-0 lead here in a game like this.
The most commanding 3-0 lead I've seen, considering how this night has gone. So few base runners until this inning. Aaron Dawson, a clutch single, 2 RBIs to go along with it.
That was a pitch
Maya
to
Smallwood
hit. Yeah.
steps to the plate.
Maya had a good pitch to hit there, just swung right through it. 341 hitter this year. 1 homer, 15 RBIs. Trying to extend this inning just a little bit longer. It's just the top of the sixth here, so Remsen would get 2 more chances no matter what.
Smallwood lays down a bunt and spins backwards and on the plate.
What a bunt.
That one backed up like a lob wedge at Augusta. Beautiful, beautiful bunt.
I was just about to say, every golfer wishes they had that backspin.
I
That
sure
was
do.
Unbelievable.
And I don't.
That thing came back to home plate, and it was bunkers, just couldn't quite get to it.
And so this wayward inning continues for Remsen St. Mary's. Their hopes slipping slowly away into the night. Still 2 more at-bats, but it is paramount they stop the bleeding at 3.
And you want to keep that runner at second, so Bunkers has eyes on third base. What you don't need is a bad throw, because that then easily just gives up more runs. So
Ava Finneran at the plate. That one goes to second, and the inning will end, but not before the ferocious Carly Goodwin, who helped out her own cause with an early hit in the inning. She and her teammates bring in 3, and the Savages will bring a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 6th.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Well, it's nip and tuck here at Iowa Central Field. Just 3 runs between the Sigourney Savages and Remsen St. Mary's. The Hawks trying to claw back after giving up 3 an inning ago. And over on the Channel Seeds field, the other 1A quarterfinal still going on in the 8th inning. Wayne and Southeast Warren. Southeast Warren a 3-2 lead in that game. So fans getting their money's worth here in both of the nightcap tilts, Blake.
what's the seeding for that one?
That's 2-7, 2 versus 7. Wayne is 2-7 to Southeast Warren, who's got the lead.
Yeah.
Now Carly Goodwin will step in, undoubtedly with wind in her sails after that offensive inning that she had a hand in.
Yeah, now the pressure is all on Remsen's bats. And in a game where they still haven't gotten an official hit, you know, things got to really pick up here, and you're going to have to hope for some errors here again by the infield to get on base.
And if you're looking for positives, the last inning, there were no strikeouts.
Yeah.
For Remsen St. Mary's.
Starting to find the bat to the ball.
Although Goodwin is one more rising ball away from her 10th strikeout of the night.
She's below the average. I mean, her average. So that's another plus.
The pitch to Grace Gallus is fouled backwards. You almost hear that ball whistling as it came across the plate.
Sigourney baseball team also up here. They're over there in the stands. Lost yesterday, unfortunately, to Linville Sully in the first round of the postseason up in Carroll, but good they made it up here to celebrate the girls.
1-2 pitch to the sophomore, Grace Gallus, make it 10 for Carly Goodwin, as Gallus was a ways behind on that one. So the opening out by way of a 10th strikeout for the 2024 Gatorade Player of the Year.
And how about the summer of ball for both Remsen St. Mary's and Sigourney? Both baseball and softball make their respective state tournaments. So a lot to be excited about here for both these two schools.
When you bring up seeing the baseball clubs here for both of these towns, and that's one of the real special parts when you move down in class size, and not that a 5A team, it doesn't mean a lot to a big 5A school being here, but the smaller the towns you get, I would argue the more it matters. And some of these towns might very well clear out
They close.
For these tournaments, right?
They close. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things that it just happens. I think of Norway in baseball, they would close the entire town. And they put on the sign out front, everything's closed, we're watching baseball.
We're in Fort Dodge.
Yeah.
See you next week.
We're watching state tournaments.
Wonderful to have all of you with us from wherever you're tuning in here tonight on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Blake Walker to my right, I'm Ben Gislis, and this has been a real treat. And the main treat has been watching Carly Goodwin continue to rack up strikeouts. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, now she's
back
starting
on
to get
the train.
back on it, yeah. And she knows she'll have to get at least 4 more outs here. So she's not going to give up yet. Obviously, if you're tuning in and you thought we started at 7:30, no, this game has not flown by that quick. We started 15 minutes. A threat for rain still very real to our north. It will get here, but it's very slow. I think we're going to be okay here.
Fingers crossed. As Claire Schroeder just trying to take everything out of her sleeve and unfurl it against Goodwin here, and a bunt might be the way that
how many times do you see
St. Mary's has to get it done?
How many times do you see bunts go flying into the net? I mean, that's just how fast these pitches are coming in. And Remsen St. Mary's, it's going to have to be a great bunt to get down.
Schroeder has struck out twice, and there are a lot of her teammates that have done the same tonight, and there is a second strike. How many times has Carly Goodwin started an at-bat 0-2?
Yeah, it's just quick, and it puts the pressure so much on the batter and eases things up for Carly Goodwin.
Now, she can do anything with this pitch now that she wants. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Wow, that one was humming. Striking out the side with the pressure mounting, and look at the jubilation on the face of Carly Goodwin and her teammates. A 3-0 Sigourney lead as we head to 7 here in Fort Dodge.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Fans standing and at attention here, cheering on the Sigourney Savages, who have a 3-run lead on Remsen St. Mary's. The Hawks in the field looking for a quick inning here, and then they'll hope for a last chance at equalizing here in Fort Dodge. The 7th inning is upon us. Marina Cronin, who, if this game doesn't wind up in the Hawks' favor, will go down as having done almost all she could do.
Yeah.
She's had not to be outdone. I mean, it's hard when you're staring a pitcher like Goodwin in the face, but she's had a marvelous night herself and just needs some run support now.
Yeah, she has. And, it's just kind of been one of those things that she's done all she can, and it's out of her control. I mean, what happens on the batting side? And that's one thing for Remsen. They can't think about this bottom of the 7th.
Nub shot towards the circle. Cronin hands it and flips it along, and that sits down Ella Bruns for the first out of the inning.
It's really good. That's exactly what you needed. I told you just during the break, they need quick. They need 3 up, 3 down like they've been doing to get back on offense and have a chance to go get it. Sprinkle's starting to fall down here.
4 hits for the Sigourney Savages, none for Remsen St. Mary's. Stepping to the plate is Addie Finneran here.
I was thinking about it, seeing those planes in the sky earlier, how we have not had good drone footage of some of these night games and whatnot, and then I just remembered next to a National Guard base, I don't think we'll be flying drones.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Drones.
Can't imagine you were the first person to try to
take it. I'm not surprised that one's down for a strike, but I was thinking about that. Man, those would be cool shots. There's a reason we haven't gotten them.
Indeed.
I'm glad I saved everyone time.
There you go. A guy can dream, though, can't he?
Yeah, because it is. I mean, it's beautiful when it comes to night.
And I talked about it on the earlier broadcast. What Fort Dodge does, what a charming and welcoming event. This is my second year. You mentioned 7 years now for you doing it, and I'm relatively new to the scene, but I was chomping at the bit to get back up here this summer after getting to experience it for the first time last year as Cronin was able to put down Finneran, the throw down to first on the ball that bounced in the dirt. So now 2 up, 2 down for Cronin and Remsen St. Mary's. But to finish that thought, I love you pull in and every business has a sign, welcome softball state tournament members. This town, the opposite of shutting down. When you see some of these other small towns during state tournament time, they do such an outstanding job of welcoming the entire state to their town here for this week.
Absolutely. And, I said 7 years calling softball, just 3rd year here. But, it's hard to choose a favorite girls tournament. I mean, basketball does it so well. Volleyball, wrestling, soccer.
Can't say enough about the girls' athletic union.
It's just amazing. But this one, with the location and everything, it definitely is up there in the top 2.
So the strikeout to Finneran, 4th, by the way, for Marina Cronin here today. Top of the order, and Ava Fish now up here for Sigourney, and she's got a 2-0 lead in the count. Here's the offering, and that one is sprung foul off the bat of the junior.
Southeast Warren upsets Wayne. 3-2 is your final score. Another 2 seed goes down. 2 seed falls in the 4A, 2A, and 1A quarterfinals. That's a Southeast Warren team that has been destined to try to win a state championship the last couple of years.
And trying to do so from the bottom of the bracket now.
Well, and how fun is it for each team? Obviously, they're lying if they say they don't look ahead, see who's in the bracket. It's interesting when the defending state champion isn't back here.
Wide open.
Yeah, it just opens the field wide up.
You're looking at a Remsen St. Mary's team that would have loved the shot at Wayne after they lost to them in the state quarterfinals last year. Nice play at short there as ranging across was Hallie Bunkers to end the inning, and that will bring out the final 3 outs of the night. Can Remsen St. Mary's do what really might be the unthinkable and solve the wonderful pitcher in Carly Goodwin? We find out next as we head to the bottom of 7.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Down to the final 3 outs. On a wing and a prayer, Maya Bunkers heads to the plate for Remsen St. Mary's, looking to stare one of the scariest pitchers you can face in the entire state in the eyes and get it done in Carly Goodwin. 12 strikeouts on the day, and the first pitch to Bunkers, surprise, surprise, a strike.
Yeah, she's been automatic. It has been a phenomenal game to watch Carly Goodwin, and all eyes are going to be on her, as she goes to college and if they can advance here tonight.
Bunkers knocks one out to left field, and there goes the no-hitter. Well, if it was going to be anyone, it was going to be Maya Bunkers. She was the only player that has not been struck out tonight by Goodwin, and Bunkers ignites the Remsen St. Mary's crowd and the dugout with a lead-off single.
Carly nods to Meyer, kind of gives her a quick nod. I don't know if that's just kind of a game-recognized game moment between 2 very good players, but Maya finally breaks through. You can tell she was getting frustrated. Now she just needs the rest of her lineup to get going.
So with Bunkers on first, she'll look to Hallie Gallus, who swings and misses on a beautiful pitch.
And how aggressive is Bunkers going to be here to steal, at least help herself out? I would not be surprised if she tries to take off here soon.
Well, Josephine Moore, the junior catcher, will be poised and ready if Bunkers takes off. This one's popped up towards short. And Aller is there, and there is one gone.
That's contact, though. I mean, haven't seen that in a while besides that hit, so.
2 outs left. And Marina Cronin will step into the batter's box now. Pitcher on pitcher in the final inning. And this one's hit towards second. Jumping and grabbing it nicely was Ava Fish. And now, in the blink of an eye, Remsen St. Mary's is down to the final out.
I know Carly Goodwin's probably going to win player of the game just overall, but how about Ava Fish? The triple to right field, and how about this catch? I mean, that's just a nice little hop up, makes the play. Savagers are 1 out away.
Carmindi Ricky, the final hope. Goodwin rocks and fires. This one's hit into the gap. That one's going to get down. Roaring around second is Bunkers. She's going to blaze her way around third. And Goodwin is scoreless no more as Remsen St. Mary's in their final moment. They do still have life as the tying run is now at the plate, and Carmindi Ricky with a 2-out double that sends in Bunkers. Don't move yet.
Yeah, don't move. The tying run is at the plate. And Coach Striegel, the infield has not chatted all night long. Coach Striegel says on the last out left, let's have a quick chat. Let's calm down. No need to worry about it.
And Coach Harpenow will take this moment to chat with the batters that he has on the way. And the first will be Octavia Gallus. How about this moment for the senior? How important she has been to Coach Harpenow and the Hawks lineup for the last 4 seasons now in a major moment. 3-1 score, 2 outs, and she represents the tying run. Here's the pitch from Goodwin. That one's nubbed to first, and it's booted, but foul.
Boy,
oh boy,
Toed
is right.
The line.
Yes, it did.
It's contact, though.
It's amazing how something has clicked.
Yeah.
From absolutely nothing to a whole lot of something. Remsen St. Mary's is far from out of this game. The 0-1 count. Here to Octavia Gallus, the senior. Goodwin's pitch. Swung on and missed. And a familiar spot for Carly Goodwin.
I think the strikeout queen would love to send her team to the semifinals with the strikeout.
She's got 12 on the night. 13 is not often a sought-after number. It is right now. 0-2 count. Game on the line. Here's the pitch. Strike three. Lucky number 13 as Carly Goodwin and the Sigourney Savages are marching on to the semifinals here in Fort Dodge.
Just perfect. I mean, just absolutely perfect for Sigourney. The bats came alive when they needed to. And the 6th seed gets past the 3 seed, an undefeated season no more. Carly Goodwin gets the job done with the Savages. And huge triple by Fish. Phenomenal game all around, both teams.
A super showing by both clubs here, and we've managed to beat out the rain.
We did.
As well.
I was waiting for
we're gonna hustle out of here.
I was waiting for a stupid lightning strike to go with 2 outs. I'm like, it's going to do it, but how about that? We get credit to the IGHSU for starting these early, trying to get it done before the rain.
Indeed, and well, Blake, lightning did strike tonight 13
absolutely.
times. Carly Goodwin and the Sigourney Savages will move their name along. They have a date with Southeast Warren tomorrow in the 1A semifinals. We'll have all the coverage for you here on the Girls Union Network. What a day it was here in Fort Dodge. Plenty more coverage to come tomorrow. The nightcap, Sigourney goes past Remsen St. Mary's 3-1. A big thank you to Justin Wolber, as well as all of our camera operators, to my partner, Blake Walker, and to all of you for joining us here tonight. Thanks to Mid-American Energy as well for powering our broadcast this week here at Rogers Sports Complex. Until we cast off, plenty more coverage tomorrow. I'm Ben Gislason saying thanks for joining us and have a fond farewell and good night here from Fort Dodge.